Handheld gaming consoles. I've got one here which caught my eye. It's the Anbernic RG351M, or as I've been calling it, the Infinite Game Boy. So it comes packaged in this nice friction fit box. Feels like a really, really lovely piece of kit, this actually, when you unbox it. Let's have a little look here. So the initial impression is really, really good. Everything just feels absolutely awesome on this handheld. The buttons feel really nice and responsive. The D-pad also has got, just a nice amount of resistance, not too much. Clicky shoulder buttons. It just feels really, really well put together. The joysticks feel great, actually. They've got L3 and R3 built into them, just like on a PlayStation controller. And the fit and finish of the panels is really, really tight. Really, really close tolerances. And yeah, all the parts just seem to be really nice, high quality. If you closed your eyes and played with this, I'm sure you'd think it could have been built by Nintendo or Sony. It really does just feel very, very nice. This machine comes with a Wi-Fi chip inside, so wireless updates, remote access to the files are all possible, which is a really, really nice touch. I've been playing around with this one for about 6 weeks, and I've been really, really impressed with it. The only downside for me, actually, is just a really minor aesthetic gripe. The Anbernic logo, it just looks horrendous. It really, really spoils the really clean, nice, minimal aesthetic of the face of this. But very, very minor thing to complain about. Otherwise, really, really good.
Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
So if you haven't seen this product or something like it before, I'll try to fill you in just a little bit. It's basically an open source Game Boy that's built in China that can emulate pretty much any retro console and play pretty much any retro game. From old school arcade machines all the way up to PlayStation 1, maybe Dreamcast, consoles like that. It's all available in a single portable handheld that isn't particularly expensive or particularly complicated to use. In fact, there's actually quite a lot of different devices like this coming out of China right now. And they pretty much all offer the same thing. So if you like the idea of infinite numbers of retro games on your handheld device, then it's easy to pick up something like this, and there are a lot of options out there. The RG351M is actually on the higher end of what's available out there, but it's still only just over $100. And there are a lot of different other consoles available for quite a bit less. It comes with an SD card that's preloaded with all the software you need, as well as a few thousand different games. But if that's not enough for you, then it's just an easy enough job to simply drag and drop files from your computer onto the SD card. Being open source, one of the things about this handheld which is quite nice is that you can go in and change the settings to your heart's content. It's all very easy. On my unit, I've changed the stock firmware for something a little bit different. I've also downloaded some extra cores to run different games. And I even downloaded some MP3s onto it to serve as background music for when I'm scrolling through my game library. All of this was very straightforward. I'll link below to another guide from another YouTuber called Retro Game Core. His video made the whole process even easier. His channel has a lot of good information on it. So if you're looking at one of these handhelds, I would highly recommend you go and check out his channel. Now, I wouldn't call myself a gamer necessarily. In fact, I haven't actually purchased a console for myself since the PlayStation 1. But I do think gaming is cool, and I like gaming with friends, and I like watching Let's Plays and things like that here on YouTube. I did decide with the launch of the PS5 that I was going to jump back into gaming again, but I'm sure you've seen that they're not exactly easy to get your hands on at the moment. So I figured this thing would actually be a great way to kind of scratch that itch without spending a ton of money, and I'm actually really glad that I did. I've been getting a lot more use out of this handheld than I originally thought, and it's been really, really good fun actually. One thing that I noticed is that the screen just looks absolutely amazing. It's really, really, really nice. Bright, backlit LCD display, 10 times better than what came on the original Game Boy. You can actually use this thing in bright conditions, in direct sunlight, and it actually works quite well. I also think it's worth mentioning that I've mostly been using my headphones with this, but the speakers on it actually sound quite good too. In terms of gameplay quality, at least so far, I've been really, really impressed. I've experienced absolutely no issues with dodgy frame rates or any games crashing. Now, obviously, if you try and run games that are a bit more modern, like GameCube games or PS2 games, you are going to see some issues, but all in all, I've been very, very happy with the results I've been getting. Everything up to the 5th console generation works absolutely flawlessly. Okay, so that was the Anbernic RG351M. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I'd really, really be interested to hear them, actually. I've gotten on really well with this thing. So yeah, RG351 users, sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think. That's it for this week's episode. Subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. We are releasing 2 videos every week at the moment. We make videos about cool things, interesting things, weird things that we find on the internet. We get them on the show and we talk about it. Smell you later.
This video was brought to you by DeadeyeClub.com, makers of the Wishbone EDC Slingshot. Head over there now and consider picking up their $100 Mischief Kit, which includes everything you need to start shooting a slingshot. The Wishbone itself, 3 replacement band sets, and some ammo. It's the most fun you can have for $100 and you'll be supporting the channel.